Okay, this is a Haynes Geo Components, and it's by Leggett and Platt Company. Got it on clearance at Tractor Supply for $6.99. There's quite a bit in here. It's 8 foot by 50 foot. And it's a frost blanket and seed. Winter's over, but as you know, I guess spring, going into spring, has been pretty harsh. We've had quite a few good freezes. And I have the potters out front, which I'll show you in a minute. And I thought, you know what? This year, instead of trying to drag them in and out and put pillowcases and planters and everything else over them, I'm going to pick this stuff up. It's on sale. And I'm going to try it and see if it will actually do something, if it'll work. And it says here that it's reusable season after season. It traps heat to insulate plants, protects plants from frost and harsh winds. Center folded roll, easy to handle and install, covers large areas or cut it to size, traps heat and moisture to accelerate germination, and use instead of straw. And it does help trap the moisture. And I tell you what, I had 2 rolls of it. This one's not opened. But I have the roll back there that I cut up, and I was using, and I wrapped it around and then clothespinned it onto my pots. And I'll show you. So here's one of the pots, and it has a little lemon tree, and it was just a little sprig. I showed it to y'all last year, and I thought, well, I sure would hate for it to die over the winter. Didn't want to have to pick it up and carry it in, because you know how heavy those pots are when they're that size. So I covered it with that frost blanket stuff. And I pulled them all off now because looking at the 10-day forecast, I don't see any freezes coming. Just like I said, a storm might be coming. If the wind gets bad, I might wrap a couple of the, little ones again. But this is time. And it grew the entire winter, never froze over. And it was simply with this, and it is reusable. If you'll see, hope you can see, this is like, it was folded, and I left it folded in half, kind of like doubled, to kind of be sure, since they were in potters. And I have solar lights in each one, so I kind of use those to keep it like a tent-like. And then I clothespinned it onto the planter itself. But you'll see, I mean, everything survived the winter, and there is nothing wrong with this stuff. I'm going to fold it up, and we're going to use it again next year. Absolutely can be used again next year. And I have to say, I'm very pleased with it. There's another lemon tree, and as you see, when I took off that frost blanket, look, it had new little leaves on it, and there's a little bud on here somewhere. Right there. There we go. It's a little bud on here, so I was really excited how well it did. It kept that moisture in there. And then here is some blueberries, and my sister gave me these because she moved and she didn't have any place to put them at the time. So again, they're just in planters and pots, and I had them wrapped with the same frost blanket, and you'll see little buds already coming up. Never dropped the leaves all winter long. I mean, really impressed with that stuff, I have to say. So if you're looking at a frost blanket that you can use again and again, was not expensive. You know, I love Tractor Supply when they do their clearance. I mean, you can really get some good buys. So was very excited about that. Now, I don't know if you can see it for the grass and the weeds in there, but it looks like a little stick sticking up, and that was a little fig tree. And I'd been putting the planter over it and covering it whenever a freeze was supposed to come in. And but I did not put the frost blanket on it, and I'm really wishing I had, because I think it did die. Now, it didn't help that when my mother came up, she stepped on it and broke the top part of it off. But I can't really tell if, can't really tell if it's getting buds or if it's, yeah, I think it's done for. I think I might just leave it a bit and see, because, you know, I've been surprised before. Let's see if we can get these weeds out of there. There we go. I've been surprised before, so it might come back. And I've got another little fig tree over on the side yard. And then another one that survived the winter beautifully. And this one was pretty small last year. This is an almond tree. And look at those beautiful blooms. I sure hope we don't get another freeze, because with all these pretty blooms, it might damage it. And my pear trees in the back are in full bloom too, so let's go take a look at those. And this is the other fig tree that I had wrapped up with the frost blanket, and I didn't put anything over it to make a tent, just kind of puffed it up and used the wood to hold the frost blanket down. And as you see, we have buds coming up here and new growth right there. So, and in there. So I'm very pleased. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Look at that. There's another little growth over there. Awesome. And there is the pear trees. And you'll see there are bees swarming it. That is so beautiful. Just love to see that. I did not, I know, shame on me. I did not trim them this year, and I should have. Trim them. I know that's not the right word. Prune them. That's what I should have said. But these little pear trees have been giving us some beautiful pears, and I've been so pleased. I got jars and jars of them the last year. Last year, not quite as many as usual, but last year was just a hard growing season too. I don't know if you can hear that on the video. There's a tick, tick, ticking. That is the electric fence ticking. Yeah. It's very wet back here right now. Very, very wet. As you see, there's standing water everywhere, so the fence is very, very conductive at the moment. I think it actually usually is, but oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see. I wish I had one of those cameras that could really zoom in so that you could see all those beautiful bees. Last year, I did not see that many bees. So I'm very, very pleased to see so many bees on these trees. And look at this. Somebody made a little, made a little nest in there. Wow, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I know I'm so easily fascinated with things, but it's just the beauty of simple things in life just really, really make me stop and stare in awe. Okay, so I'm hoping that we're going to have some, wow, I think that's the prettiest I've ever seen this tree, all these blooms and bees. But I'm hoping we're going to have a very good pear harvest again this year. It'd be awesome. And note, I've been trying everything to keep those stinker goats. We've tried, I think I'm just going to have to actually get another electric fence or something and put it inside, because we had this area sectioned off from them so they couldn't get to it. But those girls, being those girls, they actually eventually made holes through the chain link fence that separated the two sides. Now it was cheap chain links, and my mom had given it to us, and we used it because we just didn't have the funds to pay for chain link at that time. But it worked for several years, and then they found a little hole or a flaw in it, and they made it bigger and bigger, and next thing you know, they were on this side. So then I tried different things, putting little cages around it and stuff, and nothing has kept them out of it so far. And so you'll see they've actually eaten off of the bark, and these trees just keep going. They are just some durable, durable trees. And I do so very little to even help these things out. So it is truly just an act of God and nature that these trees do so well. All right, that's a little more respectable looking asparagus bed. And I think that one there will be picked tomorrow. Just wanted to show you something real quick. These little shrubs here, which actually will someday hopefully be not very big shrubs, but they are supposedly supposed to get like 6 feet wide and 4 or 5 feet tall. But they're called Jack Hawthorns. And I ordered them from Harbor Day and Foundation. They were like, you know, the little sticks that you get. And we went through the process and we got them, you know, they were bare root sticks basically. Well, it said in the instructions to trim them back deeply every year so that if you want them to grow wide instead of just tall. And so that's what I've been doing. Well, the last couple of years, it's amazing, when I cut the trimmings or clipped them, pruned them, I thought that I had picked up all the pieces, all the stems I should say, but apparently I did not. And in doing so, a couple of years in a row now, I have actually gotten extra shrubs out of it. And I need to, I guess, from now on, kind of let them drop where I actually want them to grow. But one of them that I apparently missed is right here. As you see, it's growing up next. So it's a little bit close to this one here, but you know, that's okay. And yeah, it's actually in there pretty good. And then if you look, this one fell off. It did not root yet, but it's actually blooming and budding. I know, it's just, it amazes me. And that's actually how we got a couple of extras of these. I think I already said that. But so there was a couple more laying around. There was this one here, and all I did was pop the end of it in the ground. I don't know if you can see that. I popped the end of it in the ground right there. And it's got little buds on it, so I'm thinking it will do just fine. And that's the same way I did it before. And then I put another one right here. Just pop the end in the ground. Keep them watered for a little while. And because I'm trying to hide this ugly skirting. And on the other side I have that beautiful rosemary that went from one of those little bitty Christmas tree like things to a big old shrub. So we have this one growing there now, and I'm going to plant this one, I think somewhere in between. And here's one. Now let me show you the one. I think this is one of them. It's kind of hiding behind the weeds here. This is one of them that grew. Sorry, didn't mean to have the camera flying around. From a little stick. And this is year number 2. I pruned it back over the winter. And then this one on the end is one that grew from a stick. And this is year number 2 also. So I will stick this one in the ground, I think well, maybe I'll put it in between right here. I'll just stick it right here. There we go. And we'll keep an eye on it, see how it does. So we got hit by that ice storm last night that I think most of America got hit by. Everything is frozen with a sheet of ice. So I need to get the water open and frozen. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. Everybody's anticipating. I'm running a little late this morning. Hey, bud. How's breakfast? Hey. Go, go, go. There you go. Get him in the barn. Get him in the barn. Good job. Good job. You're a good boy. Yes. Let's get him in there so we can feed him. It's so muddy. It's been raining. Just seems like forever here. A solid sheet of ice. Just had to get the little clip I keep on there off. Everything is frozen here. Let's see. I doubt we have any eggs, but let's check it out. Nope. No eggs. Okay. Yeah, I put our shredded paper in here too. Another security measure. It's only the white shredded paper though. The bad part is this wind has been crazy. Burr, chickens are in your food. That's what the bad part is. The wind blows, and it's the north wind. All right, time to go feed the boys. Look at that. I mean, just sheeted with ice. It's like you have to crack everything open this morning. And I know you people up north, you're used to it. But remember, this is the South. This is Texas, no less. All right. Good thing. Power went out a couple of times last night. You know, doesn't really affect us that much because we have wood heat, so, and lights. We have our little, you know, we have our solar generators, and we have a regular gas generator if we need it. But, so it doesn't really affect us, but man, for those people that have electric heat, I'd hate to be one of them.